listen over. You a queen when I less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Girl, you're such a powerful woman.
Hi ninjas, how are you doing? It's your girl Owamie aka Miss Fear for bring back for our entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that you subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now, my ninjas, today we have got yet another exclusive. I'm here with Olivia. When I tell you guys that when she posted her story on TikTok, I got probably over 50 mentions, and you guys really wanted me to cover her story, so I did reach out to her, and thankfully I did get in contact, and she's here with us in the studio. So yeah, man, I mean, thank you to everyone that actually mentioned me. It does show that you guys trust me so much that you are like, if we're gonna hear this, we're gonna hear it from you and obviously the guest. But for context, I'm gonna go ahead and just play maybe 1 minute 30 seconds of her original video, and we'll be right back.
Today being the 29th of July 2024, I'm making this recording because I need South Africa to help me and help my children. President Ramaphosa, I need your help. Patrick Alliance, Mr. Mackenzie, I need your help. Tlantlax, I need your help. Operation Tutula, I need your help. I was just trying to narrate my story, but I'm coming here because police have failed me. The legal system have failed me because I'm dealing with somebody that can pay everything. So it happens that I've been married to a Nigerian guy for the past 15 years. We met when I was very young. All throughout these years, year in, year out, he'll be beating me, swearing at me. And I kept on keeping the proof of everything because I know the person I'm dealing with. Maybe it's because of the filter. If you can check here.
So in studio, I'm here with Olivia. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm just hanging in there.
You're hanging in there.
Yeah.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you.
So beautiful. And your dress is so gorgeous.
Thank you.
When you walked in, we had our previous guest. He could not stop looking at her, guys. You guys will see that because that video will come tomorrow. And I was like, guys, it's our guest. You look very beautiful.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Ne? When they say don't look like a problem, so you took that literal, ne? Okay, so you made 3 videos that were almost 10 minutes each, you know, and you were saying a lot of stuff. Your story is quite touching. And so thank you so much for coming, and welcome to Owamie Entertainment.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So I think let's start off with, can you please just tell us, who is Olivia?
My name is Olivia Nomagcalega Khangana. I was born in Soweto, Emdeni, but grew up in Meadowlands. So when I was growing up, my biological father passed on when I was, I think, 2 years old. So my mom remarried with me and my brother. That's how we grew up at Meadowlands. I'm just a girl from Elokishini, Meadowlands. Makasana. Bubbly, loving. I'm just all about humanity from Nkula Valley. I'm just known like that sweet girl in J that everybody loves to be around. It's just people that don't know me maybe that will have a misconception of me because I normally stand for the truth. So whenever you are a truthful person, people don't like telling the truth. So you're going to have enemies there and there. But other than that, I love to help people. I love charity work. I don't even know who Olivia is anymore. I'm still trying to recover Olivia.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is sad, but it's also very powerful. You know, it shows that you're very much self-aware. That okay, I don't know who I am right now, but I'm
going there.
I'm going there. You know. So how many siblings do you have?
I have 2 siblings. One older brother that my mother married with. We share the same mother, same father. Then one for my stepdad.
Okay.
With my mom.
So you grew up with your stepfather. Yeah. Okay. And how many kids do you have?
I have 4 kids.
You have 4 kids.
I have a 14-year-old. The twins are 12. The last one is 5 years.
The last one is 5. Okay. So obviously, you know, we are here so that we can talk about the story that you shared online. You did mention that your husband, because you guys are still married right now, is a Nigerian. Can you please just specify to us, is he Igbo, is he Yoruba?
He's Igbo.
He's
from
Igbo.
Anambra. Ozopulu.
Oh, you know them.
I've went to Nigeria a couple of times. My kids have went home as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. How was it when you went to Nigeria?
Nigeria is hot. It's beautiful. And one thing I will tell you about Nigerians, that here they don't respect our police, but they respect their own police. Their police, they don't joke like how they're doing South Africa a playground. So everything is in order. There is corruption. And I will say Nigeria is somehow suppressing to women and children, because you find a small girl of 6-7 years serving in somebody else's house and they see it as normal. They don't know that child, you are robbing them of their childhood, you are robbing them of how they're supposed to develop at their age, at their pace. So I think that's even how they are so raw outside to the world it is because it's their upbringing. They are taught that you have to always be on survival mode. You know, they train kids like they're in military, of which it's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But other than that, Nigeria, it's nice, it's fun, it's hot, hot, hot. It's just a beautiful country.
How many times have you been to Nigeria?
I've been there 2 times.
2 times. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
For how long were you staying per visit?
The last one was long. I stayed like the full month with the kids.
Yeah.
But the first one, it was like 3 weeks.
Like 3 weeks the first
Because
time.
Remember, they're from the village. Anambra is the village. So normally you arrive in Lagos before you can even travel to the east. So you'll spend a little time in Lagos, then travel to the east and come back.
When you travel to the east, do you use like cars?
You use a car. It's like a 8-10 hour drive from Lagos.
So it's still far.
It's still far.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the story name. Yeah. Let's start the story of how did you meet your husband? How old were you? Because in the video you didn't mention that, you know, you were still young. Yeah.
Well, I met him when I was 20 years old. So we met through a friend. A friend of mine said there's a guy that wants a girlfriend. So she wanted to introduce me to this guy because I'm always single. I was single at the time. So I'm always at home. When they are going out, I'll be like, find me someone, you know, irregardless of the nationality or anything like that. So this friend of mine introduced me to him. I was like, I don't like this guy. She was like, why? I said, he's too skinny for me. And he just looks somehow, you know, he's not my type of guy. I said, I want someone who's heavy. You
wanted a builder.
Yeah, I said, no, this one, So we exchanged numbers, though I didn't take him, like, agree to be the girlfriend that day. So he kept on calling. He kept on having patience. He will call me, ask me, have you eaten? How was your day? what did you do for today? He will send me airtime there and then. That time, like 10 rand airtime.
It was a lot.
15 rand airtime. I didn't even care about the amount. It was just like the thought that, oh, so someone can send me like airtime just without me asking for it. So this other day, after the whole time, should I only stick to English?
Yes, please.
Okay. So all this time, he's busy following me. I ended up giving in and say, you know what, let me just give this guy a chance. He looks like a genuine person. If he had no interest, he would have gotten another girl by now and life would have moved on. So for the fact that he keeps on being persistent, let me just try him out. Okay, I did. And the truth of the matter is, spiritually, I have a calling since I was young. I would be praying for people, laying hands. Those that grew up close to me, they know very well that I like to pray. So by the time I was not agreeing to the relationship, it's because of the Holy Spirit was warning me not to date the guy. But I thought, hey, it's just a voice. Let me just give him a try. So I remember this other time being by his house, the first time me and him had an intercourse. I dreamt about him, wearing a very nice white garment. This white garment had glitters and everything. And he took a black shirt by himself, a short sleeve, and wore it on top of the black. So that...
On top of the white.
On top of the white.
Yeah.
So that dream kept on repeating and being on my mind. But I was clueless. It's now that everything is out, I'm understanding where the dream was coming from. So I fell pregnant with our first child. I was 21. So when I fell pregnant, there was nothing I can do. I had to keep the baby. And though it was not my plan to have a child by then I had to keep the baby. When I had the child, after a year, he asked me to marry him. That's how we got married. He wrote a letter. I took it to my parents. They called our uncles. We did a very beautiful traditional marriage that even today people are still talking about it. We had everything sufficient, food, alcohol. So at our wedding, as you know, Nigerians, they spray money. We were sprayed a lot of money. That's the money that we used actually to start the car business, which was 2012 when we got married.
Okay.
I registered a company with him. It's called Harmony in Trinity.
So with Harmony in Trinity, it's you guys,
it's both of us
there.
Yes.
Okay, so just also so that I can know, when you got married to him, did he already have his citizenship in the country?
No.
Okay.
He didn't have a citizenship. So when I had a child for him, he wanted me to help him with the papers. So I told him, I was still pregnant, I think. So I told him that I'm not going to agree to marry him and sign at the Home Affairs. We rather do life partner, which life partner is different from marriage. It doesn't say you are married. It's just stating that you are staying together. Okay. So that's what he used. By the time we got married, we went to sign with my mom and my cousin at Home Affairs. That's when we got legally married.
Okay.
So after the marriage, to be honest, I saw the signs at first because when I was pregnant with my daughter, I had a dream at home. I normally see dreams and it's actually what I dream, it's what is happening. So I had a dream, saw him with a girl. I was at home. I just left that day to go home. So at night, I had a dream that he was with a girl. I woke up 5 a.m., asked my brother that I'm in pain and my card, I'm supposed to deliver in town because I attend clinic in town. Though they could see I'm lying, they just gave me the money and then... In the morning, I just went and took the first taxi. So when I got there, what I dreamt was actually true. He was with his ex-girlfriend that he was staying with prior before I met him. And
how old was he when you fell pregnant at 21?
He's 8 years older than me.
He's 8 years. So he was 29 at that time.
Yes.
Okay.
So at that, I forgave because that's how he knows how to talk and manipulate you and make you see like, it was just a mistake. You're heavily pregnant. I couldn't clean the house. I couldn't iron this. I couldn't do that. So I just needed somebody that is going to do that for me. I'm sorry. I was pregnant already. I thought, you know what? Let me just stay. let me just see where it's going to take us. From there, we got married. From the marriage, I would say that something is not right here. Things were not adding up. He's always angry. He's very rude. He's controlling. He wants to monitor everything you do. I was limited to friends. I was limited to family gatherings. I was limited to so many things. And by the time we did the traditional marriage, I didn't know that I was pregnant with the twins. So the age gap of my kids is not really much. So by the time the first one was 2 years, I already delivered the twins. So for me, I can say I can blame myself and take accountability of staying for so long, because when the twins were 3 weeks, I think he beat me up and my operation actually did open up. I had to go back to Johannesburg Hospital, although they told me that it was a drainage. I told them that I don't know what happened. They said it's a drainage. I didn't tell him that he's the one that actually beat me that day for me.
Why would he beat you when you have got 3 weeks babies?
When he's angry, he will literally say, I don't care. Whenever he's angry, he will say, I don't care. But he will still come back. He knows how to kneel down and apologize.
Was that the first time that he was ever laying his hands on you?
No. It was.
How many times had he done it before then?
I think it was the third time, but every day it was like
it was escalating.
It started with one slap. From one slap, it went further, and by that time I already had 3 kids. With my own case, I normally hear people say, why don't you go back home? My home at Mdeni, the house is under my name, but a tenant took it away from us because we were young, and they took advantage. Till today, they can't move out. The house is mine. It's in my name. It's for me and my brother and my family. It's a family house, but this lady is just staying there with her own children, opened up a crèche at home. So I have nowhere to go because I can't go to my mom's house. It's a small house. It's a three-room house, and I have 4 kids. Where are they going to sleep? Where are they going to stay? And myself, I know my background. I know how I grew up in that house. I know, hence, I am full of humanity. Hence, I am the way I am because I grew up hard. I knew suffering from a very young age. And I knew a toxic home and an unhealthy home from a very young age. So, I forgot where I was.
No, it's okay. So you were saying that he beat you, and then you went to the hospital.
Oh, okay. So it went on like that, and normally I would call his uncles, the one that came and paid my dowry. They will let me know that, you're a woman. It's a woman that's supposed to keep a home. You're supposed to pray. You're supposed to fast. You're supposed to pray for your husband. He will change. I don't know how many churches I've went to. I've went to TB Joshua. I've went to so many churches, Pastor Felix or I think. I've went to just so many churches trying to look for solution for my kids to have a healthy home, the one that I never had when I was growing up. So I didn't know that an abuse never stops. An abuser will keep on being an abuser, irregardless of how many times you forgive them. And it kept on like that. It kept on like that for years. He will be cheating. When I catch him cheating, I'll be blamed for it. He will turn around the tables and start spreading lies about me to people that, yes, I found it cheating, so that's why I'm cheating also, things like that. And by the time he comes back, he will still be like, can you forgive me, this and that, you're my wife. And the kids themselves now were the ones begging for him. They'll come, kneel down, all of them. Mama, give Daddy another chance. This time is the last chance. He's going to change. Until the kids themselves, my 14-year-old was the one last year that called me and said, Mama, you need to take a decision. We can't keep living like this. We know that we were the ones that always said, give him a chance, but we were young. We didn't understand what was happening. But now we are exposed to social media. We are exposed to so many things. We see what abuse is doing, and we do not love the way we're living. It's when I had a wake-up call. So as he's been living this life all these years, I think it's 2021 or 2022. I forgot the year. He was stuck in lockdown. So we built apartments in Legos for us to have tenants. So as I was busy, like when we sell whatever here, I send the money back to Nigeria for him to build. If there's a buyer for a car, I'll just take that money to Nigeria for him to build. By that time, they were sending me the photos of everything. Immediately, the house had tenants and it was furnished. I was cut out. I was no longer told what is happening with the house. I was no longer given information. I didn't know how much we're making because in Nigeria, it's in his own name and the account is owned by him. I met him, he had a son. The son was still like 6 years. Now he's like 20 something, 20 years. So I literally raised this boy from a young age.
Wait, so the child is here in South Africa?
No, it's in Nigeria.
Oh,
he had
okay.
a child with a lady in
Oh,
Nigeria.
okay.
Though they were not from both Igbo. The lady's from Calabar, meaning they don't speak the same language. They only communicate in English.
Okay.
So this child was like, Mommy, Daddy brought women home here. Some are married, some they will sleep, and he wouldn't even respect me or anything like that. So, and that thing, it doesn't sit well with me because even the boy, he maltreats him. He's too like arrogant in a way that his family, no one can control him, no one can talk to him. So by the time even when we went to Nigeria with the kids, 2019, he actually did beat me in Lagos in front of his siblings. And they're not there to even protect me. They didn't try to stop him. They didn't try to do anything. Even when we got to the village, the family already knew what happened in Lagos. But for them, it was like, you are a woman, we will talk to him. My kids had a horrible stay at home. They didn't enjoy it. It was their first time. Instead of him taking them out, he was always bitter, angry. He will tell us that, you see, I'm fencing my land because we went home, they were giving him land. In Nigeria, your kingsmen are the ones that's supposed to give him the land that the family wants him to build in. So we went there because of that. So as they gave him that land, he had to fence it before we go. But he was now making it as if we can't enjoy anything until I remember I was driving in the village. So this person just came to the road and hit the side mirror. The way I was trembling, I was like, he's going to shout. I went to a restaurant of one lady that used to stay here in South Africa. She was like, but the way you're panicking is too much. I was like, I know the person that I'm dealing with. He's going to do this and turn it into a big thing. When I got home, he did turn it into a big thing, but at least his family was able to calm him down. Even when I get stuck here in South Africa on the road, he's the last person that I will call because instead of him coming there to help me, he'll be helping me but shouting, as if I made a mistake to get stuck or anything like that.
But I'm sorry, I just need to understand. You're in Nigeria.
Yeah.
This man is beating you.
Yeah.
You are saying that, he would do that. He was physically abusive. Can you please just take us to that day that he beat you in Nigeria? What happened?
Oh, okay. So we didn't have our house by then. We were renting. We were still building our own the ones that the apartments there. So as we were renting in that place, the sister is the one that was staying there. So I was like, your sister doesn't take care of the house nicely, and she's a lady. She's supposed to keep her here tidy, So he doesn't have a manner of speaking or approach. He started going to the sister and shouting at the sister, not speaking to her in a calm way that next time when we are not here, please take care of the house properly and things like that. So he came, as he had finished arguing with the sister, I asked him that the way you spoke to your sister is uncalled for. Even if they say she did this, she did that, because he started adding other things. You were not supposed to talk to him in that manner. And then he started being violent. So the door had a bathroom door had a glass, and I was at the bathroom, wanted to bath. So as I closed the door, the glass broke and hit him somewhere. He started bleeding like heavily. He bled. So after he bled, I was the first person he came for. He said I wanted to kill him. He fought me, he beat me, I ran outside. I wanted to go to TB Joshua. I wanted to go anywhere, but the roads are dark.
So this is happening at night?
At night. The roads are dark. Nigeria is struggling with NEPA.
Yeah.
So we only use generator, and it's not going to be every house that is going to put on their generator at night. And who are you going to call? The street looks lonely on its own. So the sisters came outside, begged me to come back inside the house. And the kids were there as well. So I went back to the house, and we were almost about to go to the village. So already at the village, they heard what happened. So I expected when we get there, they're going to gather all of us, gather him. And because every time, all these years, I report everything he does to his family. I don't keep quiet. I've never defended him or protected him. If he beats me today, I'll tell the sister today. When he swears at me, I'll send the family what he's saying, because he swears at me a lot. He will tell me, and when I told him when I was growing up, I was raped. I was raped by a South African man when I was young, and he would use that at his advantage. Yeah, that is why you were raped when you were young, in a way that it now gave me I had to start defending myself and swearing back. Now I'm no longer the person that I used to be. I'm getting habits. And one thing I would say is that not that he met me, I didn't drink, but I was not a heavy drinker. I drank Red Square, and I would have 3, 6, maybe 6 would last me 2 days. And I would smoke weed, like maybe a joint will last me some couple of days. Mm-hmm. So he used that and started making me to drink more, like on daily basis. When we wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, we'll finish a bottle of Gordon's together. And he can handle it. So I now realized is that he wanted me to be unconscious all the time, not to be on my right state of mind, so he can carry on doing whatever that he wants to do with me. So I will be drinking for many years. This is the first time I'm sober.
Wow.
In years. I haven't smoked. I haven't drank alcohol. I'm just telling myself that I need to rebrand Olivia, because Olivia has a lot of dreams, has a lot of things to do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know why I'm getting emotional.
Yeah, so that's how we've been living all these years. Mm-hmm. I think the first protection order I did was 2016. But we never appeared in court, because when I wanted to take the papers to the police station for him to sign, he begged me and said, he has a way of talking to me. And the one thing I've realized is that he takes advantage of the nature of person that I am, that I empathize a lot. I easily feel empathy for another person. So he has seen the weak point and would use it at his advantage. So that's how it went by. The one for 2016 was opened, but he never appeared at court. So last year, being 2023, July, it was the first time I opened up a case. He stayed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and he was like, I promise I'm going to go for therapy. I will need help because I see that I need help. And we can't keep going like this. You're a good wife. You're a good woman. Because I cook. There's no Nigerian food. I don't know how to cook. I'm just that family-oriented wife. I love family. I love staying at home, taking care of my children and forth. So he would be like, for the sake of the children, please drop the case. When I come out, I promise that I'm going to do better. And the family also will give me the pressure. I dropped the case last year.
So, I'm sorry, when you went to open a case, it was because he had physically beaten you again. Okay.
So throughout the 15 years, let me just say, I think that's why most people don't understand, and they will ask you, why did you stay so long? Maybe he would beat me twice a year, but he can stay 6 months being a good person, not showing you any signs of violence, treating you well, doing everything.
And you think he has changed.
And you think he has changed, And I would normally hear people say, yeah, you like Nigerians, you are there for the money. I suffered with this person. I slept with him on the floor. He was staying in a 1-bedroom. I would go home at Soweto. My mom would pack meat still from the freezer because my stepdad likes to buy in bulk. So I would take meat, go there and cook for him. So we suffered together and started our company together. It's not as if I met this person with money or anything like that. To a point whereby when I had my first daughter, he was not doing anything. I was waking up 3 a.m. going to from Hillbrow, because we were renting in Hillbrow, go to City Deep, stock vegetables, go to Soweto by the corner of my house, sell vegetables. At night, I will still take a taxi, go back and cook for him something to show that I'm not there about the money. So it went on like that. And all throughout these years, I'm a hustler. If you were to go on my Facebook account, Olivia Nomagalega Rangana, and just trace back and see, you will see how many businesses I've tried. I've had mobile kitchens. My brothers have welding machines. I've tried welding company. I do cakes. I bake wedding cakes, birthday cakes. I cook. But he will just try everything to sabotage whatever that I'm doing. I stock hair from China, sell. I would buy clothes, sell, to show him that I'm eager to just be and stand on my own. Because when I want to apply for police or metro or anything by then, he would say, I can't have a wife that has
A gun.
a gun. You want to kill me, whatnot and whatnot. And by then, I didn't see. Said the company where we are selling cars is making money. So what is stressing you when we have that money? And we had a shop by then. We have daily money. So what are you still crying for? It's better you stay home and look after the kids. And that's how I took it. As much as I was selling things online, I was a full-time mom that is normally at home. Even the buying and selling of cars, I do them online. I bid online, pay for them online. He'll be the one to collect them from wherever we bought them. So I was limited on the outside world a lot, to a point whereby till now, I don't feel comfortable staying in a restaurant. I don't feel comfortable staying around a huge crowd. It's like I become so anxious. I'm fine at home. I'm at peace when I'm at home. I feel like being in the house all the time.
Would he never like take you out on dates, like restaurants and stuff?
I'm the one that will normally project that. Like I'll make dinner. We sit all of us on the table. I'll say, write names, put them inside a jar. Say each person must pick out that paper, the name you have, write a sweet thing. I just try to show him a normal way of living. Take him out, take him with the kids. But when you, regardless of who you married, when you are the only party that is doing all those things, there comes a point whereby you're not going to want to do them anymore. But I was not showing even to the world how I was living, because a lot of Nigerian wives thought I'm living nice. And I remember 2017, I opened up a group called Nigerian Modern Co-Wives. It had like 700 or 800 views. It's still there even now. It started positive. I was helping people, doing charity work, because I knew the reason I opened that group, I knew a lot of women that are married to Nigerians that are staying in toxic marriages. So I wanted a space whereby we're going to be able to communicate on our own and have that platform whereby we want to cry and do whatever. Though it was sabotaged, especially by those ones that are not married, that wants to jump from one maybe Nigerian guy to the other, that are still even sleeping maybe with your so-called husband. So they brought all that negativity, and the group just started not being in order. But a lot of people, they will tell me, Olivia, when we look at you afar, you make us want to get married. You make everything look like marriage is simple. I'm just like, no, that's just in my nature. That's who I am. It went on like that, So December, a lady called me. A lady sent me a message on Facebook. So this lady's like, hi. At first, the lady came and said she's looking for a job. I think she already had an idea that I'm a person with a good heart, that I like to help people. So I was like, no, at the current moment, I don't have anything to offer you. But as soon as I hear something, even if it's not from me, I will let you know. After like an hour, the same lady is like, Ish, can I be honest? I'm like, yes. It's like, you and I, we go to the same church. Do you know Chinedu? I'm like, yes, Chinedu is my husband. He's like, this guy has been coming to my place and I'm pregnant. When I told him I'm pregnant, he blocked me. The lady showed me the screenshot, sent me the screenshot. So I was cooking. It was on the 27th of December, just a day after Christmas.
When was that? Last year?
Last year. Of which even at Christmas, he was sick. He was not looking
Okay.
okay. You can see that something is just troubling him. 26th, the same thing. 26th is that, well, according to their screenshots, he was with the lady. So the lady now sent me the screenshots because the screenshot says, why are you ignoring me these days? He said, don't ever call me when I'm at home. Don't you know I have a wife? So the lady was like, she's pregnant. He was like to the lady, I knew you had a plan from the first day I saw you. Get out, go to hell, and blocked the lady. So the lady now came to me and she was telling me how we go to the same church and this and that.
Wait, I'm so sorry. So this lady goes to church with you. She knew that was your husband.
Yeah.
She went on to sleep with him. She fell pregnant.
Yeah.
Now that he's blocking you, her, she now comes to you.
Yes.
You see the nonsense that you people do? You see the nonsense that you girls do? No, I'm being honest.
It's true.
Because if you were sleeping with your husband, you knew she's married, she was not involved, why are you now involving her in my tlakalaha? Why are you now involving? That pisses me off.
But this one, it's this lady, I have proof of everything. I kept the screenshot. She was worse. She went as deep as she tried to make me go insane. She would stalk me, tell me what I'm wearing at church, tell me all this, telling me my husband has threesomes with other girls, telling me all these orgies, anal sex, those things that I never even expected him to be doing. Because, okay, where I wanted to say, 2021, when he came back from the travel, when the son told me that he was bringing in different women from at our house, when he came back, he stopped sleeping in the same room with me. So he had his room, I had my room. I tried to voice it out. Whenever I voice it out, he would be violent. So for like that year, we were not sleeping since 2021 till 2022. So it's that July when he came out from that 3 days he stayed, he started coming back to the bedroom. Other than that, anytime he would want to have sexual intercourse, he would just come to my room. But other than that, we were not sleeping in the same room.
But when he was in Nigeria and you had that information from your son in Nigeria...
He only told me when he was here.
Oh, he told you did you confront him about it?
I did. I showed him the screenshots. Instead, the son was supposed to come to South Africa to study here. And we already made passports and everything because he's doing his first year in university. He stopped the child.
He got punished for that.
Yeah, he got punished for that. So till today, the child didn't come anymore to South Africa.
Sure.
So...
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but wow, there's a lot that is happening here. But okay, let's go to, the 26th of December. You're saying that your husband is not okay.
Yeah.
And now the 27th of December, that's when you get a call. Yes.
So when this lady said she's pregnant, and I confront him, and the lady is on the phone, he's still shouting at me and being violent at me. So I got really angry. I told him it's better he packs his clothes and leave because either he's going to die or I'm going to die. Either I call police, he leaves the house. So as I was just angry, he took his clothes and left. That is December. So as he left, he made sure that financially he doesn't give me anything. I will call his family members. I will go to them. I will ask them to intervene. And remember, these people have seen him abuse me with their own eyes. They know exactly how I'm living. I'm like a slave in his house. At our house, we have cameras everywhere that he has instilled so that when he's in Nigeria, he monitors where I go. He monitors my movements. He just... make sure that even when he's here, if I want to go somewhere, he must drop me. He must follow me everywhere. But he lives his life. He can go anywhere he wants. He can do whatever he wants. So the nature of the nature this lady was doing things gave me like a mental breakdown because he was no longer in the house. But this lady kept on tormenting me, sending me messages, telling me that, yeah, you as if she has an agenda, even to a point whereby she told me, I know your house. One of the people that was staying in your house before you bought that house is my friend. So your husband told me he's staying in Albertine. He was lying. All this while he's staying there. So I know that I'm going to come there, take your cars, take what. It's when I did a protection order, because when she was sending me these screenshots, it had an address of where she's staying, meaning when you have to enter, you have to send him a code. So that's when I saw the address. I went there with the protection order to serve the girl. I was shocked. These are the kind of, I'm not body shaming, but these are the kind of ladies he always body shames when we are going on the road. The girl, he always tells me, I can't go for an ugly girl, but I
can't go for a girl like this.
Yeah, I can't go for...
But that's how they do. You don't know. The moment your man says, you see that girl looks ugly. That is his type. He's cheating with.
Girl with no bum,
he's trying
no
to,
nothing. Okay.
so that,
your mind is not there.
Yes.
So I didn't understand what he was. So this lady, she was extreme. She would get her friend as if the friend is another girlfriend for him. The girl will also be... They were nasty, because I just have all that messages that she was sending. He went to church, the same church I go to, and I have a video as well, and started making a scene. The pastor just went there and prophesied and said, I see your wife wants to leave you. What is the reason? He started saying, oh, man of God, I love my wife. Save me. He slept on the floor. I still have the video.
Drama of Nigerian men.
And the pastor was gingering him that you are innocent. You didn't do it. Yeah, your wife is accusing you. And I was like, I have evidence of what I'm talking about. Here's the evidence here. So that week he went to church. I had stopped going to the church because I realized that this lady, she monitors me from the church and stuff. So I stopped going to church. He now was the one that went to the church. So as he went to the church, the pastor said, call your wife, I want to see her. When we went, it was still the same, stay in your marriage, fix your home. There's no perfect marriage outside there. You will still find men worse than this, and you already have 4 kids. Where are you going to go? At the end of the day, he came back to the house. Remember, he left December. He came back to the house. So on the...
Which month was that when he came back?
I think January or February.
But was that girl really pregnant?
No.
I suspected.
No, she was not. Okay. And so when he came back... I was no longer the same. I was just no longer the same. My mind was no longer there. I was just telling myself that I need to get out. Because all these years I told him that one day I'm going to come out of your prison and you're not going to believe. I've been asking him for divorce. He say he doesn't want a divorce, that if I want to divorce, I should go ahead and apply for one. He will sign it. But whenever I want to take those steps, he will still be the one to change my mind, and pretend to be a good person for them. So on the 25th of February was our anniversary. And like all the other years, if I don't put an effort to anything, he wouldn't put an effort to it. I was not celebrated. I was not done anything. So I was bitter. I think the Holy Spirit told me to go on TikTok. I met this lady, Charmaine. So he used to date this girl. And by the time I found it was 2019. So this girl denied. I was like, hi. She said hi back. I said, can we just please go back to 2019? Because I'm now trying to... he made me start to study mental problems, narcissism, malignant narcissist. So he made me focus more on psychology. So I wanted to understand his patterns and how he does things, whether he abuses this woman as well, whether he maltreats them as well. Why is it only me he's doing these things to? So I reached out to Charmaine. Charmaine was like, hi, that time I was young because she denied. She said I was at university when I met him. We met at Albertine City. He told me he's single, that he wants to have a child, but he was always taking me to hotels and we were not using protection. He told me that he doesn't have a wife. He wants me to be the wife and have his children. He was giving me 2,000 rands every week. He was just spoiling me, taking me to... And I was a student. I'll be excited of this nice restaurants that we are going to and this nice hotels that we are going to. Well, at the house, I'm crying for those things. I'm crying for him to take out his children. I'm crying for him to take me out. I'm crying for, just to have that kind of lovely couple effort as well, So the lady was like, I throughout the 7 months, this guy is a very nice guy. He's never abused me. He's never showed me signs of abuse. Instead, when you called that year, when you called me and told me that you are his wife, he was still coming, telling me, don't mind my wife. I'm going to take a second wife. You're going to be my second wife. I kept the recordings also of the lady. So the lady was like, it's when she started to pull back. And the mother, because I saw from her WhatsApp one day, her mother was working opposite where we were staying. We were staying opposite the SARS apartment at New Red Ruth. So I saw the mother at Pick and Pay New Red Ruth and confronted the mother that this is what your daughter is doing. She's dating my husband, this and that. So that's when she finally left him. But even after she discovered about me, it's like they dated for a couple of time. So all throughout the years, I've found him with girls inside the car.
Would you count how many times you found him with like girls affairs that you found out?
Yeah, every year there must be one or two that you find. One or two that you find. Because even there was a time he abandoned me and the children in Soweto. And my daughter was writing exams. We were still staying at Hillbrook by then. So I drove and I was using a bike. I drove and dropped my child at school. As I was coming, he was just relaxed in the corner, sitting with a girl. He didn't care that his kids and his family is in Soweto. The kids are going to school. He didn't mind all those things, meaning that he was not even in the mind that my daughter is writing exams or anything like that. So, and just to make another thing be highlighted is that he's abusive to the kids as well. Like, he's very harsh. I remember that 2019 when I found out about that Charmaine, as he was beating me, my daughter came in the front and said, Daddy, no, my firstborn, and said, Daddy, no. Instead of him having a conscience and say, hey, let me just stop what I'm doing, he slapped my child. He beat my child and told him to go and sit down. So now they were now scared to come and protect me or fight for me anytime they hear noise. And these things are happening in front of my helpers, because I've changed maybe a couple of them throughout the years. But all these things, they're happening in front of my helpers. Neighbors, they know. Everywhere I've stayed, I've just been known like that
abused woman that is going to be beaten.
That is going to be beaten or shouted at or be sworn at. Like, he will swear at me with things that are even
private things, I'm sure.
Yeah. He will tell you things that are mean, that are, when you sit down, they will just break down your everything about you, your securities. He's instilling insecurities in you. So that's how bad it is. It was, in fact. So that after that Charmaine call, that following week, this girl was the other girl for December kept on still persisting. So I was like, you're protecting a stranger. You say you have never slept with this girl, you don't know this girl, but you're still protecting a stranger. Your conversations are here. They are clear to see that you people have went far. He's saying he went there to do his nails because he does manicure, pedicure, while I don't do them. He does them.
Why don't you do them?
I love to cook and bake.
Okay.
So because of the dough, it normally makes me uncomfortable. So normally I just don't have anything on.
Okay.
So that if I want to bake, I love cooking and baking.
Oh, that's
I can
nice.
do your
You should
pie.
cook and bake for us one day.
I will. I can cook a storm.
Yeah.
I don't mind the pot. You can wake me up in my sleep. I'll cook.
Wow.
So yeah. So even then, manicure, I will ask him, why didn't you buy these things? And I'll be doing them for you in the house. Did you really, every month, when are you going to go and do your nails? And this is new. It's of recent years doing this. I remember even that period, I was sick. For the first time, he knew how to massage. I was like, this one.
Somebody's teaching you how to massage.
I've never seen him know how. In fact, he was hurting me all these years. Because after he beats me, he was like, can I massage you?
What?
I'm sorry, bring hot water. Can I, So
I don't know. It's shocking for me. I think it's also just because I've never seen domestic violence in that way. Physical abuse, I will not lie. I've never ever been exposed to that. So it's always like a thing for me wherein I really do ask myself, like, after someone has beaten you, how do they start to come back to you? So the fact that you're the one that beat me and now you want to massage the pain that you have inflicted is wild.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, so April, as we were having an argument about this very same girl, it was early in the morning. The kids were preparing for school, or March. The kids were preparing for school. I think it's a week after our 12th-year anniversary of being married. So the kids were preparing for school. He was arguing and shouting. So he came to a point where he said, without me, you wouldn't even have children. You know, you wouldn't even be where you are. So I knelt down and said, oh, I thank you, my God, for giving me as in him. I said, since you're my God, thank you, my God, for giving me these children. He was like, you see, on that floor you are. That is where you belong. And that is where you're going to stay for the rest of your life. That's why I never took you to school when you wanted. Or that's why I never opened up a business for you, because you're going to see other better men and leave me. So that floor you are, it's exactly where you belong. I was like shocked. So he started beating. I fought back. So normally the reason that made me all the years not to fight back a lot is because when I try to fight back, he strangles me. And by the time he strangles me, I can't breathe. I can't do anything. Then I have to plead for sorry for him to leave me. Once I start pleading, sorry, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, then he will just stop beating me from there. So that particular day, I decided this time I'm going to really put a stop to this. I can't take it anymore. I went and opened up a case. And he saw my car, because those messages that are on Facebook where he was swearing at me, it's on that day I opened up a case. He saw my car at the police station, and my daughter was with me, the first one. So I think even the hate is growing a lot from him towards the child. Opened up the case. However, he was not being arrested. He was not being arrested. I don't know how. So I reached out to my cousin. His name is Simpiwe Masiza. He's owning, I don't know if you know it, EmpowerX. He's the CEO of the company. So his mom is my auntie. I reached out and said, brother, this is what has been happening, and I've been quiet all these years. So agaboshwa lo muntu 1, 2, 3. So he gave me one of the staff ukuthi angicontacte, I think is Zanzi. We spoke, and then she hooked me up to Ntabi Munsu from Mojala for Soweto TV. And they introduced me to Pearl Mazibugo of Katora's Parliament, she was the one that they really fought for him to get arrested, because the police were not arresting him.
Why were they not arresting him?
I don't know.
When you went to open a case, was he still in the house? Or had he got out?
That day he went, and he didn't
come
back.
Okay.
So as he was talking nice to me, whatnot, I let him come back and then started to follow him so that the arrest can be effective. That's how he was arrested. As he got arrested, he stayed 1 month
in prison. Wow.
So they have access to phones there. He will call me on daily basis and send me, I will keep even the messages he sent. He will acknowledge his mistakes there. He will acknowledge his wrongs. He will say, okay, if you want, I would give you divorce, but let's just do co-parenting for now when I come out, so that at least you don't feel the burden of the kids alone and all that. So his family actually even I didn't sleep. The ones from America, because most of his family is based in America, they would call me on daily basis. The ones here, they will call me on daily basis. Some will come by my house. It was as if now I have killed Jesus the way they were doing.
You need to get him out. You know, that's why they say your in-laws love you for as long, even if their son is abusing you, they love you and get the claim to love you. Just take him to the police and get him arrested, you will know their true colors. You will know these people are not for you.
They are not for
They are
you.
for their own child.
Because even I was asking them throughout these years, haven't I reported this? What actions have you taken? Instead, who are suffering? Is it not me and my children? The pressure was much. So one of my twin girls said to me, if I don't release the father, that she's going to commit suicide. It was the blow that made me say, let me not withdraw the case, but let me allow and agree to bail. And I thought maybe the magistrate can deny bail even if I allowed it, because of the statement that I had already shared at the station, because my case was just too sensitive for even each time people came to the court, they will send them out. It will only just be us that are attending to the case. So I finally did give him bail, of which Pelma Zibugo was disappointed. Tabi was disappointed. Lifeline was helping me as well. Everyone was just disappointed about how things happened. Then the lady from Lifeline was like, no, at the end of the day, you are a mother first. And I think what made me even want to bring him out was the financial strain that, you know what, by this time, there are no cars that are sold. So as we were doing the bail application, his lawyers, I stated that I'm owing 150,000 rand school fees. So the lawyer said when we're done, he's going to sign up something for me and him. As he's going to get bail, he will make a meeting and an appointment for us to meet, and I signed somewhere to say I'll sell the Kia Sportage I was using that time, or the H1, and then go and pay the school fees with that money. So the agreement was that I'm going to get a protection order. The protection order is going to be issued with a warrant of arrest, that we're not going to stay in the same house, that if I see any red flags or any danger, I should use the protection order, and then the police will come and help me. So me allowing him bail, it was the hope that I had, that I have a protection order. It's there to protect me as much as he's out on bail, because I said I want no contact. He mustn't come to the house or anything like that. But as he came out, a few days later, he sent me a text on Facebook that, can I please help him with counseling? That he really needs to see a psychologist. He has messed up his life, his family, he want to fix his things. So can I please arrange counseling for him? Truly, I contacted Lifeline in Amarantia. They booked an appointment for us to come. We went. And
when you were going, you're now going in the same car?
We went in the same car.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't lie. Though when we got to Lifeline, we said we were using different cars. But we went with the same car.
Okay.
So, and he insisted. I told him, let's use separate cars, but he insisted. So we went. When we got there, as I explained to the lady, because the lady was not aware there's a protection order, she said she's no longer going to assist us as a couple. She will do individual sessions, so that until we sort out the thing for the protection order. So by then he attended the counseling, the individuals. I was attending mine, and the therapist said she wishes this, when this the case is over, because he was out on bail, I didn't withdraw the case, that we can get a couple session, because my husband lies a lot and he denies most of the things he has done to me. He said he doesn't beat me, that I'm the one that is shouting, always fighting, always doing all those things. So she wants to put us in one place whereby she's going to hear our side of the story. So by then, the psychologist hasn't told me that we are still attending one-on-one. On the 9th of May, it was my birthday. I think I forgot the letter inside the car, because I wanted to give you an idea of his words that will make you even give in and say, yo, this person loves me, or things like that.
I think what we can do is that we'll get it, and then we'll read it out, ne?
Yes.
Okay. I think we would all be interested. What is this man saying to you? That is making you even lie to psychologists and stuff.
Dear my wife, good morning. Hope you are okay. Hope your night was great. I just want to use this opportunity to say a very warm, sweet, lovely happy birthday to you, my wife, and the mother of my children. And my prayer for you is that the Almighty God will increase your years, multiply your wealth, and in good health you shall swim. He will bless you with wisdom and knowledge, His protection and direction, favor, provision, divine connection, restoration. Amen. As you are making your birthday today, I wish you best of the day. May your happiness be complete. If I had any other way to express my feelings towards you, I would have done that, but I know that I am not perfect. I know that it was not an easy journey, but we are here today by the grace of God. I might not be the kind of man you want, and I'm apologizing for all the troubles and pains I have caused you and my kids, promising to be a good father to my children. Happy birthday, my love. Yours husband, with his signature, Chinedum. And he signed it with the written, Happy birthday, my wife.